guys, welcome to my new video. Today is about watering because I think watering is the number one problems or solution you can bring to your houseplant for them to be happy and to thrive. And I have a lot of friends that tells me, oh, you have a green thumbs. I don't. I cannot have plants. But I think till I had figured the whole water thing problems in my house, I used to not have a green thumb. I used to let my plants die. I used to overwater them mostly, especially some succulents and cacti. I've killed so many cacti when I was beginning and not reading about stuff and plants. So yeah, the first thing I recommend is to water less often than you're doing right now if your plants are dying. You need to water only when the soil is completely dry. So usually I'll put a finger into one of the pots of my plants, wait till I have like at least 2 inches dry, and then I will water. So that's the first thing you need to do, is know when to water, which is only when the soil is dry. And the second thing you need to know is when you need to water a ton. And what I'm saying a ton is, you need to think about our plants being tropical plants, and when it rains in a tropical forest, it's like a tropical storm, when it rains it pours. So it's good because it means the plants are watered evenly. So what you basically need to do when you water a plant is to soak it. So I usually use plastic pots, and because they have like holes in it. But if you have a plant that you have repotted in a pot that has holes, it's fine too. I bring them to my bathroom, and I'm gonna water them and through the entire soil. I'm gonna water it through so it's even, everything is moist at the end, and I'm gonna let the water goes out of the holes. I'll do this 2 or 3 times so I make sure it's really like soaked, and then I'll let the water run out for like 30 minutes, and then I'll bring back that plant into his nursery pot. So yeah, the first tip I'll tell you is if you repot your plants, try to repot in either a plastic pot with holes, because it's easier when it's plastic to bring to your bathroom if this is what you want to do, or in a pot that has holes. It will avoid the roots to stay into water, to sit into water, and it will avoid root rot, which was my number one problem with my old plants. Overwatering was my number one problem. Right now, I water way much more, but way less often. I hope I'm making this clear. Wait till the soil is completely dry and go drench it. Make sure there's a hole in the pot. Second tips I'll give you is if you have plants that you have repotted into a pot that has no holes, you have to be way much more careful. For example, that Tradescantia that I have, and I have repotted into a glass container because I thought it was cute and I wanted to see the root system develop on this. So what I've done for this is I've put a ton of marble clay, like that thick of a layer of marble clays. You can put pebbles too. So it basically ensuring that if I water too much, the water will sit over there and not onto the soil where the roots are. What I do too is I still water, evenly all of the surface, but way less than if I had a plants in a pot that has hole, then I will drench it in the bathroom. What I'll advise too is water even less often. Like the other tip I have is that if you have a huge plant, I will recommend using this tool for both of the pots. Either it's a big pot with holes or it's a big pot with no holes. I'll recommend this because this is a moisture meter that you can put those into the soil, and they will tell you from a scale from 1 to 10 how moist is the soil. I bought this online. It didn't cost that much, and it's pretty efficient because I've checked from other medium plants to make sure it was working. So this I really advise to use. Another tip that I have is to refill your watering can at night if you want to water in the morning or the day after. The water will be at room temperature, which is better. The plant can go stressed and in shock if you give like cold ice water, because it's not how it works, for example, in a tropical jungle. And also, our water is really hard because there's a ton of products in it that makes it drinkable, and the plant doesn't really like that. So if you have a garden, you should try to have the rainwater into a container to keep it and to water a plant. She loves it. But if you, like me, you don't have a garden, you have a balcony, but it's way too tiny to, keep rainwater, you should do this. So this is my tip. Refill at night and water in the morning. Yeah, this is something I forgot to say. You need to water in the morning because the plant doesn't like to sit into water at night when there will be not a ton of evaporation because no light, no sun, and she will sit in water all night. If you water during the morning, then she will have time to evaporate a ton of the soil. When it evaporates, it also creates condensation and humidity, which is really nice, which is going to be my next point actually. Another tip that I have is that I try to do it daily, but if not every 2 days, I try to spray my plants pretty often, except the succulent and the cacti. They don't really like that. And yeah, I'll spray all of the leaves. I usually try to have my plants in groups because it will help keep the humidity. You have to remember those plants, tropical plants, are used to humidity. So to keep the humidity, I will pack them, the plants in groups. And when I spray some of them, then it will keep the humidity. It will create kind of a microclimate together. The other tips that I am showing you right now is when I water my plants, I try to refill all of my clay marble tray or pebble tray. Because for some of the plants, I have installed a tray with some marble clay in it and I put water in it. I'm making sure it doesn't touch the root though. But it's basically what it's doing is it's putting water that's going to evaporate and condensate and create humidity around the plants. I do this for plants that really likes humidity, like constant humidity. Begonias love that. Some calefias love that. So that's it for my watering tips. If you have any other question, please don't hesitate and put them in the comment below because I'm sure I forgot some stuff. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more videos, subscribe to my channel. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!